UPW, or Ultimate Pro Wrestling as it was called, was a developmental territory based in Los Angeles and in the Orange County area in California. So it was a big deal for a lot of wrestlers and talents living on the West Coast or closer to the West Coast of the U.S. because that was probably the ground zero, so to speak, below OVW, where WWE would send talent to start learning the WWE way of doing things. So everybody went through that place. John Cena notably started there. Other people that came through here, Edge and Christian, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio was on a lot of those shows, and I was lucky enough to have moved from Chicago to Southern California and was referred to start working there to hopefully further my career. So I moved out to Southern California in late 2000, so I was about 5 years into my wrestling journey, and frankly had kind of fallen out of love with pro wrestling. I had cups of coffee with WCW in Atlanta and had ultimately turned down their offers of a developmental contract to join WCW in Atlanta, and subsequent to doing that, met my wife, who was living in Southern California and going to school at San Diego State University, and I made the trek and moved across the country to be with her. And then Kevin Kelly, who worked on the broadcast side of things here in WWE years and years ago, I was in contact with him and knew him from him doing that, obviously, and he said, hey, you ought to look into UPW. It might be the fastest track for you to get eyes on you. And at that period of my time, I think 2000, I was 22 years old. I was like, ooh, more eyes on me, let's go there. For people that were looking to take the next step in wrestling, and like I said, at that point in my life, I was in the business for about 5 years and had dealt with WCW in earlier conversations. That was like the first earnest step towards, okay, I really, truly do love this industry and truly do see myself having a sustained future in it. And if I can be in the midst of people like John Cena and Edge and Christian and the late Paul Bearer, who became a dear friend of mine, would be there. And they always sent management staff from WWE to UPW to supervise, so to speak, and take in the shows and scout talent. It was just beneficial for anybody that wanted to go further in the industry. At that point in time, on the independent level, UPW included, it was developmental territory, but I still considered it an independent level. You had different levels of talent, not unlike you would have in WWE or anywhere for that matter. Anytime a promoter would bring in an established star, DDP certainly would qualify. I was one of those lucky talents that generally would be put in that spot to work with the star because, not to toot my own horn, but toot, they knew that star could come in and have a good match, not get injured, and then go back to work on their main job like they were expected to. And I wouldn't embarrass myself or the company or anybody by being in the ring with them. So to be put in that position was always a responsibility that I took very, very seriously. I was very diligent about making sure, A, we accomplished the business that was set out for. Why are we having this match? Why am I in that spot to begin with? And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that everybody's happy once the 1, 2, 3 happens. So to be afforded that opportunity time and time again, DDP was just one of those. It was an honor, and an honor I appreciate. And we forged a friendship that endures to this day off of it. It was huge because you think about it from my perspective. Here's Diamond Dallas Page, world champion, known the world over, and now we're having a single match, one-on-one, and he is going to do for me what I am supposed to do for him. We work with each other to make each other look as good as possible so that when he hits the diamond cutter and he gets the 1, 2, 3, it feels like he beat somebody. So he did just as much for me in that match as I was going to do for him. In fact, he did more for me than he ever had to. That respect was paid in earnest to me, and I will never, ever not be grateful for DDP doing what he did for me on that night, and then would do several other nights after that. He earned his money, and so did I. Looking back on UPW, and the company really wasn't around for all that long, but my time there was well spent. It was formative and foundational, not just in furthering a relationship with WWE, but just other things. Like the first time I was exposed to teaching young wrestlers how to apply their trade was in UPW's training school. And shows featuring guys like John Cena and just the litany of talent that came through those doors and left just nuggets and tidbits of knowledge, the stuff that you can't ever repay them for. I was there to collect that and to put it up here And when I think about UPW now and what it did for me, it's all about paying it forward to the next generation.
You want some, crop scrapper? Come get some.
Throwing down the mic, throwing down the proverbial gauntlet, and this thing's underway. And now let's see.
DDP going toe-to-toe with Scrap Iron.
I think Page is going to make Adam Pearce eat his words, and he said he was going to make him eat that TP while he's at it.
Let me tell you something about DDP, as rough and rugged and tough and whatever that he thinks he is. He's in there not only against Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, but the mastermind behind all this madness tonight. C. Edward Vanderpyle.
Yeah, who was under the guidance apparently of Pete Doyle, who's the ringleader of this whole thing. But you want to talk about masters. That man in the ring, Diamond Dallas Page, is the master of the diamond cutter.
Well, you know what? If he catches Pearce with a diamond cutter, I will agree with you, Todd. Pearce is going to be in trouble. I don't think he's ever taken a diamond cutter. I don't think anybody's ever gotten up from it as far as I've seen.
I'll tell you what. If he takes the diamond cutter, he's not going to be counting pages of a book that he's ripping out. He's going to be counting nothing but the lights.
But even more damaging to Pearce's head might be these chants for DDP. Is, you know, one thing Pearce has always been fighting for is respect. And much like the great late Rodney Dangerfield, Pearce gets no respect. Because these
If
people are
I
stupid.
hear one more you degenerate scream DDP, I'm out of here.
Don't do us any favors. I think
right.
Adam Pearce obviously knows he can't handle.
You don't have to wrestle
He can't
him.
handle Diamond Dallas Page. So this is a cop-out. He's using the fans as his scapegoat to run away from a fight.
Hey, none of this crap. I came here to wrestle you, mano a mano, man to man, and I don't think you got what it takes, Paige. I'm the scrap daddy.
Pearce sizing him up. He doesn't think he has what it takes.
Well, I'm trying to play games here. You're not gonna be able to outsmart DDP in the mind game. He's a master, and he's a wily veteran.
Exactly. Page getting in one of his yoga poses down there.
So now perhaps we can get this thing underway in an official capacity. Both men have beautiful side headlock takedown. Nice counter into the head scissors by Pearce. Another side headlock takedown there by Page. Again into the head scissors goes Pearce. Neither man getting the advantage. Take him down again. Trifecta of takedowns. Another gambling term here in Prim.
Amazingly, Page is probably in the best shape of almost any of the superstars we saw here tonight. He's what, 48 years old, something like that?
He's been around.
So to his credit,
you know, but
a prime example of what these kids should be doing in the gym, like the university kids. They want to get to that level, they got to look like that.
Absolutely. He hasn't had such an illustrious and enduring and decorated career for nothing. This guy has paid his dues and continues to do so.
And although I don't like him, I got to tell you, Todd, I do respect him. I do respect what he's done in the ring. But Adam Pearce, I respect him as well. I think tonight he might have Page's number.
I would like to. I would like to respect Adam Pearce. I do respect his skills inside the ring. I do respect him taking this matchup, but I just don't respect his actions. I don't respect what he stands for. He makes me sick. DDP here. Oh, he was going for the diamond cutter in that.
Well, Todd, I would like to respect you also, but I don't agree with what you stand for.
Diamond Dallas Page, so close, showing it right there.
What you haven't learned yet, Todd, is life is not always fair.
DDP was just a split second away from hitting the diamond cutter.
Hold on just a minute. Nobody here came, hey! Nobody came to see a diamond cutter here. They came to see the pile driver.
I think most people came.
I'll prove it. I'll prove it.
What in the world is Pearce thinking, boy? This is ridiculous. It's clear to me who the fans are behind here, Boar, despite what this...
Yeah, they're behind Adam Pearce. He gets up on the rope and they're going, you, in unison. As in, you are the champ.
Even head official Marty Rubalcaba there getting a great reaction.
Getting a cheap pop.
Pearce getting bounced around like a human ping ball. Here's a reversal. And there you see Vanderpyle on the outside. Why doesn't he see his way out of this match? He's going for the pile driver, trying to break the man's neck. But Page, well scouted, elevates him up over the top. Now this thing's breaking down there on the outside. Page will fight you. He'll take it right to you. No. Oh. Vanderpyle got caught in his tracks there.
They're rough and rugged from the East Coast, and he's about to take it to Vanderpyle.
Now into the timekeeper's table on the outside. Oh.
Give it up!
He's got a microphone. This isn't an I Quit match. What is going on? Boy, this thing has really turned personal.
Nonetheless, these guys have turned this into quite a show. You have to admit.
You want to talk about unison? Oh, low blow. And now it's Snake Eyes.
Whether you like Pearce or not, he keeps this crowd entertained.
Snake Eyes there by Pearce, fittingly enough here in Nevada. It keeps them entertained because they would love nothing more than to see him end up the recipient of a diamond cutter. Blatant chokehold, referee administers the count, but now, look at this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Up to Marty.
This is not a handicap match. This Pearce is a real piece of work. Real piece of something else as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, scrap iron.
Yeah, crap iron. More like it. I will give him this, though, even though I'm not crazy about the way he did it, and I don't believe that this is happening, but scrap iron Adam Pearce is firmly in control of this thing. But wait a minute, you don't turn your back on a legend. Pearce back to his feet, sends him into the corner, and he's going to unload on him.
DDP retaliating with a right, left, right, left.
Sending him in. Sternum first. Look out, belly-to-belly suplex, beautifully executed by the legend. There's the cover, that could be it, no.
If he wants to pin Adam Pearce, he's gonna have to hit that diamond cutter. There's just no way around that.
Pearce, I believe, using one of the oldest tricks in the book there, good old-fashioned thumb to the eye, and now he's taking the tape off. He's choking the man with his tape. The referee not seeing it. Here we see it. He is choking the man with his wrist tape. And again, right on the neck. That badly injured neck of DDP. And with this, Boar, I have got to believe that Pearce is simply trying to soften up that neck of Page, that already injured neck, for the pile driver.
That's right.
We already saw Pearce go for the pile driver once. You got to believe he's going to try again. But he didn't get it done the first time. He knows that he's got to get Page into a compromising position first.
And he's got him down. Close to choking him out there, Todd. Blocking off that carotid artery.
Yep, blocking off the circulation to the brain there. DDP trying to fight, using this legion of DDP fans here to urge him on, back to his feet. He does it. One more elbow, breaks the hold, hits the ropes, over the top, looks for a sunset flip. But Pearce holds on, goes for the cover. Now Page comes up with the takedown and the cover. There's a 2 count, both men trading near falls. A great matchup thus far.
And the fans do not like it.
Here's the cover. Gets the
do.
2 count, and I gotta tell you something, Born, not a lot of authority on that kick out by DDP.
Pearce has done a great job of wearing him down, taking DDP to the mat.
Illegally, he's got the tape again. I mean, come on, Marty. I respect Marty's officiating so much, and he's trying to do the right thing by getting Vanderpyle out of here, but, I mean, look, you can see the tape.
That's a
draped.
fine line, Todd.
You can see the tape draped from his wrist. What do you think he's doing with
It's
it?
an accident. The tape came loose, unraveled. He put him in his chokehold and it ended up around his neck. It's just a simple mistake.
Marty Rubalcaba checking on him. The arm drops twice, Boar, one more time, and it's over. And if Pearce wins this thing, we'll never hear the end of it. There's still some life in DDP. Back up, series of elbows now. Desperation suplex, and it connects.
We're going to have a double count out here, Todd.
Well, I don't want to see that. We had a double count out earlier in that matchup between Sean O'Hare and Predator. Both those men are going to be in the big 20-man battle royal coming up. But I want to see a winner in this thing. I'm not going to be happy. I'm sorry to be biased here, but after the crap he's
We got
pulled tonight,
Chase.
I won't be happy unless I see a diamond cutter and a 1, 2, 3.
Looks like something out of Rocky 2 here. Both men to their feet.
Yeah, no titles on the line here, but a lot of bragging rights and a legacy on the line if you're DDP. A big boot there. Don't usually see that out of Page.
His equilibrium rocked.
Look out. You don't hit a Samoan in the head, and you don't do that to DDP, because that's what happens to you. Here's the cover. 2, could be it, no. DDP and this crowd at the Star of the Desert Arena feeling it. They sense it. Could be diamond cutter time. No, a mule kick. What was that all about, Boar?
One for the backslide. I don't think that's illegal, is it?
A attempt at a backslide isn't, but a low blow certainly is. No, not like this. Page digging down deep, finding a way to kick out, Boar. You know, so many guys with the career of Page would simply rest on their past accolades, on their legacy. But Page is in there still competing. After coming back from a neck injury that took him out of the WWE. Small package, here's the cover. Oh, that should have been it. And Vanderpyle just saved his man yet again, Boar.
Well, that's what managers are there for, Todd.
He just threw something in the ring, again wrapped around the fist. Oh, and that's a knockout. You want to talk about Rocky? That was a knockout shot with that foreign object. Oh, it's going to be over. I don't believe it.
DDP somehow mustering up the energy.
Yeah, we talked about the odds. Page defied the odds. And Pearce trying to find an answer for this riddle that is Diamond Dallas Page. How did he kick out of that? Hey, turnabout's fair play. A little receipt there by Page. Look out. Vanderpyle might be in the wrong part of town. Slingshot.
Humpty Dumpty knocked off the wall.
Forget about it. There's the diamond cutter.
This could be
Center of the
over.
ring. The fans come alive. 1, 2, and that's going to be